In Parma, Missouri, which is a small town with about 700 people, they elected their first female black mayor. Now, after she was elected, about 80% of the police force just quit, just up and left. And by 80%, I mean 5 out of the 6 police officers that they actually had there. So, obviously, some people are speculating about why these police officers, as well as some other city officials, just resigned as soon as this mayor was elected. And others have some different things to say about it. For example, one of the people who resigned, Rich Medley, he was the assistant chief of police, said he left because he didn't think he'd be able to do his job properly, that there had been run ins with people who were
Now
related
this
to
took place in Missouri.
Tyusburg. Yes, in
Now,
Parma,
how far is
Missouri.
this from?
Now, what I look like, Rand McNally to you?
No, I'm just saying. How far is this from Ferguson?
I knew that's what you was going to say. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
you know,
Now,
I was
I'm not a
when I
map.
took a
don't
trip
know.
to Chicago, I was driving back through Missouri, and I remember I felt the tension. Like there
Right.
was like you know how you feel it in Southern California, that little racial tension. You
Yeah.
could just feel it. I
It's
felt
an energy.
it, man. I
Just
stopped
cut
to
it
get
with a
something to
knife.
eat, and I felt it going on in Missouri, and I didn't, and I was like, and I drove through there maybe 10 or 15 years ago, and I didn't feel it. But like this was a couple summers ago, I drove through there, and I was like, oh wait a minute, all these people staring at me. Like usually when you stop for gas on close to the freeway, the people who work there, you don't
They-
really feel that in town
Right, because
tension.
they used
so
to.
so it must be
people
real
driving through.
serious in Missouri. What's going on in the show me state, right?
I don't know, but some of that stuff they need to keep hidden.
Now I'm thinking all these people quit, right?
hmm
Did you get into
Now,
that?
now remember, yeah, they said 80% of the police force quit, but it wasn't but 6 police officers in the first place.
Now here's why I think they all quit. Not just the police officer, but some of the city,
The city
workers and
officials.
stuff. Allegedly, nobody knows this. I think they had a money ring going on. Because remember,
You know what?
the lady,
That's what I was thinking.
the city
too.
cards was all cut up. The credit cards for the city was cut up.
Oh, for
The
real?
lady, the treasurer, was keeping financial documents at a cotton gin
Who has a cotton gin anymore?
in Missouri. Apparently, they do. So I was like, man, the FBI needs to go down there and investigate. And all these little towns, imagine that just happened in Southern California, that city out there where the councilmen and the councilwomen were stealing money.
Right.
Imagine, because why would they quit? Because the original mayor, what's his name,
Randall Ramsey, who been mayor for 37 years. I'm sorry, they need some term restrictions on that.
Right. So imagine, okay, if he's the mayor is the one who oversees everything. Them people was getting over. They even admitted that people were using city funds for personal use.
Oh,
But then they would pay the money back, huh?
Oh, so it was just a personal little kitty. If you work for the city, I can borrow and pay. They had paid.
They was doing that ain't
Out of
that
the
like a
city
federal
treasury?
law?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It
And
is.
you know what all prompt is? A 17-year-old black man was tasered
And the
by the police officer, right?
and the 17-year-old black man is the son of a cousin,
Who was related to the lady who won the mayor. What's her name?
Tyus Bird.
Right. And so this prompted her. She probably wouldn't even ran for mayor
If this
wouldn't have happened.
But here's the thing too: if the town ain't got but 740 people, I'm pretty sure everybody in that town is related to at least a quarter of the people in the town by marriage or blood. So it could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody. Exactly. Now, what I'm not understanding, like the town is only 30% black. So that means some white people must have voted for them. Even though I think it was the town population is 700, but only about 200 people voted. They probably didn't know them black people was going to turn out like that.
But the people that they're showing on TV from the town who've done interviews about everybody resigning, they've been white people saying that the town needs a new start or it needs to get back to where it was. They had a black guy, but there's been a couple of white ladies on there.
Oh, they had a black mayor before.
No, they had a
Oh.
black man who was talking about how the town needs to get how it used to be.
Now,
And-
this lady right here is the police chief who quit.
Okay.
Cohan.
I'm
Her
sorry.
name is Trish
I
Cohan.
gotta flip back for a second. I had a flashback to my childhood. Did you ever watch Disney movies growing up?
I don't remember, but yeah.
Okay, it was one of them. It was a villain in one of those rescuer movies, and she had the red hair and the long, and she was real scary. That woman looked just like her.
Man, don't she look real serious?
She looked like a Disney villain.
Yeah, she looked serious. Like, you know, she probably spearheaded everyone to quit. See, there's no reason to quit your job,
right?
Just because you don't. Now they are saying they quit because of political philosophy. They felt like they may have been fired because they backed the mayor. But why would you quit? You didn't want a black person firing you? She probably wasn't going to, huh?
Quitting and firing have the same effect, except for when you quit, you can't draw your pension.
Yeah, and she works, right? She worked there,
right.
And so when she came in after she won the, you know, once she won the election, she came in there, and all the people who work in there, they didn't even speak to her.
So you got
like they was just saying, nigga, you still ain't got no power. That's what this is all about. They don't want us to deal with a powerful black person. That's how I feel about it.
Well, that's how I think most people are going to feel about it. But I do think that the first thing you said, that political corruption, that money ring.
That money, I think that's the key, because that mayor was 78. He probably wasn't watching the kitty cat.
No, he probably had his hand in it too. No, why would he stay in a job that had a high pressure job like that for 37 years?
Come on, man.
I mean, come on. Half the town ain't even 37 years old.
Okay, so to all you people who quit just because that black woman won the election, you're hiding something, okay? You wasn't just hiding the money in a cotton gin. You are hiding something, and we know.